Hej, 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 witajcie, z tej strony oczywiście znowu Opera. Jak widzicie, z kolejnym Dev Streamem. Jak zwykle jestem spóźniony i to nie powinno jakoś dla was być czymś dziwnym. Mniej więcej wiem, co będzie na tym Dev Streamie. Już widziałem pewne opisy, pewne filmy, pewne skróty. No mam nadzieję, że te rzeczy, które wyciągnąłem z tych Dev Streamów, znaczy nawet nie dev streamów, tylko z filmów innych youtuberów.
Tenno, focus. Find the power within yourself.
Zajmujących się Warframe'em, innych youtuberów zajmujących się Warframe'em. Poczekajcie, ja sobie włożę słuchawki, żeby mi tutaj nie dudniło to z mikrofonu. Bo mi gdzieś tam daje ostrym basem z mikrofonu. Powinno być ok. Dobra, więc tak, to co widziałem przechodzi trochę moje najśmielsze oczekiwania. Nawet nie mówię, że mi się to nie podoba, co to mają na myśli, jeżeli chodzi o właśnie Barda. To będzie Warframe dla trolli, dla spamerów. Uwierzcie mi, że będzie wam się ciężko grało, jeżeli będzie to tak wyglądać, jak oni tutaj pokażą. Czy chyba, że ja mam jakieś mylne przekonanie na ten temat, bo jeżeli takiej muzyki, jak tutaj leci w tym momencie, będziemy mogli posłuchać w Warframe, tak każdy będzie mógł sobie puścić jakiś swój rytm, swoje rzeczy, to będzie tak o trochę, co? To akurat problem będzie głównie polegał na tym, że po prostu nie każdy będzie chciał słuchać takiej muzyki. Wydaje mi się, że dużo ludzi będzie wychodzić z rozgrywki tylko właśnie przez to. Ale uwierzcie mi, że jeżeli chodzi o samego Barda, to nie jest on głównym problemem moim, jeżeli chodzi tutaj o w ogóle Warframe. Bo to, co tutaj pokażą na Dev Streamie, będzie bardziej problematyczne niż sam Bard i to, co będzie z nim związane. Jajca będą niesamowite. Ale chciałbym się dowiedzieć, czy mają jeszcze jakieś plany, więc to sobie pomińmy i lećmy dalej od razu.
We have a lot of housekeeping to get through as well, but you are tuning into our 87th Warframe Dev Stream. We have a new crew with us today, usual suspect, also a usual suspect, but why don't we let everyone know who you guys are, and then I'll go on to housekeeping. So, first of all, who are you, sir?
I'm Steve.
Do you stream on Sundays by any chance?
If my ISP lets me. Last Sunday was not very successful.
Okay, all right. And a new face, number one.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I do not stream on Sunday.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, maybe I should.
And what do you do here at DE?
I'm the lead AI programmer, so it encompasses a whole lot of different things. But
So you're Clem's dad in a way, because you tell him
kind of, yeah.
in one way, one of the many,
father
one
of
of the many.
Okej, no czyli jest dwóch nowych facetów. Jeden z nich to Daniel, który jest prowadzącym programistą AI, tego działu w ogóle AI, czyli jeżeli cokolwiek jest spartolone w zachowaniach przeciwników, to on jest za to odpowiedzialny. Super, wiemy na kogo zrzucić winę.
To cover today. We have a lot of your questions. We have a lot of new stuff and sort of changes to stuff that you already know coming. But there's some things you need to know right now if you're playing Warframe. The first is Double Affinity Weekend has just started on all platforms. So that means if you are playing Warframe this weekend on PC, PS4, or Xbox One,
I will be.
You will be. You will be getting Double
On
Affinity.
Sundays.
So that's pretty exciting. We also have a 24-hour alert on all platforms starting at 3 o'clock. So say you're in game and you want an Orc and Catalyst blueprint, you can get that today. You'll have 24 hours to get it. It'll be up at 3 o'clock. TennoCon, as you know, the date has been announced. It's July 8th. It's a Saturday. Tickets will go on sale along with hotel details soon, so we'll keep you posted. We will be recording our podcast after the stream today. Thursday, so that's when we bring community members in to talk about stuff they saw today and other community things. And what's in the box will be the theme of today's podcast.
I think someone already guessed it was Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
All right. Sorry, Gwen. And if you're chatting right now and you're wondering, wait a minute, why can I chat without linking my Facebook account? It's because it's gone. The Facebook linking requirement to chat is no longer here. What is here is you must follow the channel in order to participate in the Twitch chat. So if you want to talk to us, give the little follow button a push, a click, I guess.
And that'll put you in the running for platinum?
No, you just need to be watching for plat. You have to be following to chat. So.
Oh yes, okay. I got a lot of questions about that.
Yes,
a few weeks
so
ago.
there you go.
Fantastic.
As you guys know, we were kind of waiting to give you an update on the next round of Tenogen. We announced it last Dev Stream. It had lots of skins and helmets, and we are happy to announce that it's coming soon on both PC and console at the same time. So stay tuned for that console player. We are officially at parity with this. So it's kind of
Crazy.
Wow, that's very weird.
Super, będą jakby
and
starać się
also
wyrównać w końcu content pomiędzy konsolami a graczami PC-towymi, więc super, super.
Time to 9 a.m. arrival as opposed to 1 p.m. We're doing this for a couple reasons, mainly infrastructure related, just to test some things to see what we can do to better optimize his arrival. 9 a.m. next Friday, Eastern time zone is important, is when you can expect Barrow, and that is going to be a 48-hour visit.
Yes. Barrow always kills our servers, basically.
Yeah, when you have the most eventful moment aligning with your peaks, it's
Yep.
scary
That's
times.
crazy. Yeah.
Anywho, if you saw the bard dancing at the start of the stream and you think, she looks like a Warframe that I could name, and you're in the design council, you are currently being asked to throw your names for such a Warframe forward. So if you have an idea, you're in the design council, send it in the forums, and we'll take a look, and Dev will make a decision pretty soon on what to call her.
Yes.
Do you have any ideas?
You know, I don't have any ideas yet. But are we showing any of that today, or we're going to do AI deep dive?
Maybe we'll
Okay.
go into that at the end, but it's all.
Możemy sobie wymyśleć nazwę dla tego barda, dla tego Warframe'a, bo bard nie jest jeszcze jakby oficjalnym imieniem, oficjalną nazwą.
That's crazy. Have you guys seen the new
Warframe
one
rave.
where the floor
Yes.
is
I haven't
dancing?
seen that yet.
Yeah.
So
So Jeremy
I saw a
hooked
picture
up.
of it, but
Yeah, he took the patch mesh from Nidus, but then hooked up the
Oh, wow.
frequencies of the sounds.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
And then he made like these weird columns. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I feel we probably shouldn't show it, but we'll see. Maybe I'll use it to test the new. Well, you'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know.
Yeah.
We also, if you entered the Prime Gaming giveaway, which over 250,000 of you did, so that's what you're up against. Wow. We are going to be contacting the winners by email in the next week. We're picking the winners today, then we're going to contact them. That was for the the next unreleased Prime Access, the gaming PC, the Prime PC, the Xbox One, the PS4. We're going to decide that today. There are 250,000 of you, so it's that's the odds you have. I know, it's pretty crazy. But that's
better than the lottery.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
It is better
At
than-
least it's better than the lottery.
So there you have it. And then 2 weeks from now, a lot of our fan channels and Warframe partners, those are the same thing, are going to be doing a charity stream. It's going to be a long one, so stay tuned for more details on that. It's going to kick off after next Dev Stream 2 weeks from now. I'm so sorry, I have so much housekeeping, so that was it. So we're done. And now we can talk about Warframe, AI, and enemy. And all.
All right.
Oh yeah, let's give away platinum. Yes.
Let me see if I got it right this time. I think I'm supposed to point like that.
Yes.
I always get them backwards because I'm seeing myself
Seeing
in
in
reverse. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you are tuning in and you want to win some sweet Warframe Platinum, this is the first of many prizes today.
Yep.
So let's see who's gonna be.
Kurczę, tak wygrać sobie 1000 platyny, nie? Każdy by chciał.
Killing me.
But
Mógłbym.
that's a Prime PC and it's
many
consoles
things.
as well.
It's many things. There's many. All right.
Yep.
Who do we have as the winner?
Taulisis?
If you want to be a streamer on Sundays, you're gonna have to
Taulisis.
learn this.
I gotta learn learn how to say
What would
these.
you do in
Taulisis?
this? What would you do in this situation? You might lose your Sunday stream job if they
I
do
know.
it better.
I know. It's true.
So Telassus, you've won 1,000 platinum.
Telassus.
I don't know.
Okay.
Telassus, molasses.
Coming from derelicts.
No. Message our Twitch page and tell us where to put the 1,000 platinum because we'll hook you up after the show. So there you go. You've won the first prize. But we have a lot of big topics to talk about today.
Fantastic.
Okay, yeah, good.
We have a lot to show in actual gameplay. I almost don't know where to start, but I feel like, because a lot of these have the gameplay that you guys brought for us, and a lot of them have single assets, so maybe we'll do...
No, czyli będzie dużo topików i dużo gameplay.
I like to be efficient. An AI pathing thing, perhaps, that I only want to move in one direction.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Watch out for pits.
Exactly. All right, so let's...
Wow, you just made a pathfinding joke? Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. Very good.
Thanks. It's a new style of humor routine I'm working on. But anywho, okay, so I'm going to jump right into kind of one of the more mysterious enemy factions in AI, and that is sentience. I'm just going right there.
Okay.
So sentience are a faction that we revealed kind of late into Warframe, 2015 late at the very, second Dream release.
Is that right?
In 2016, we saw a little bit of a noise from them. We saw little bits of, info. But what do you think's next for you guys, and how you want to approach them? And
Very open-ended.
I know. And I mean, I know there are some things that are not AI and NU specific related, but just in terms of your lens into that world, what say you?
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess we're just trying to expand the AI set that the sentients have, right? So we're just trying to come up with new enemies for the players to fight when they're combating the sentient faction. So, we have this really cool agent type now where you can blow off their arms, and then the other agents can pick up those arms and use them. So there's a lot of modularity in terms of
Plug and play.
how they fight. Yeah, plug and play. So we want to extend on that and come up with new weapons that this existing set can use, but we're also trying to come up with new archetypes for the sentients.
Okej, czyli mamy sentiele, będzie ich więcej,
We're still trying to find out exactly what it does.
będzie więcej mechanik, jeżeli chodzi w ogóle o walkę z nimi, przeciwko nim i tak dalej.
There he is, right up there. And you can see kind of around the ring of the disc there, there's a few sentient almost frames in a sense. It's like the shell of a sentient, but they're inactive. And what this guy does is what we think he's going to do is as sentients die, they drop that spark.
Yes.
And if this guy's around, that spark will get sucked up into him, and he'll use that spark to form a new sentient. So it really, the idea is that he's going to really create a value change in the combat when you're fighting sentients. If this guy's around, he's going to be a prime target. And so how he fights back and how he defends himself against that, so he can actually stay alive and stay relevant during the combat, is something that we still need to figure out.
Czyli to będzie wyglądało na takiej zasadzie, że sentiel się pojawi, będzie miał ileś tam jeszcze tych sentieli wokół siebie na tej ramce, zabijamy go, on dropi iskrę, iskra przenosi się na kolejnego i tak w kółko się odpalają kolejni przeciwnicy.
Sure yet? We're still super early in just figuring out what he does.
What is he going to do?
And then we'll figure out where he goes.
Yeah, and then you got to find loot for him and all those things.
Exactly.
I know. I feel like it's really good that players it's so multifaceted when we introduce a new enemy to the game.
Yep.
But because you guys deal with the way they behave and what they're going to do and their kind of gameplay experience, but you don't really do the drops for them.
No, we tossed it over the fence.
Yeah.
Someone
Hey,
else.
Sheldon,
No,
I
you
need something
guys
for this
don't do
guy.
that. No, you don't do that.
You do it.
We
on
all
Sundays.
suffer through it together.
Jakby całkiem fajna mechanika była na przeciwnikach, nie?
It's like, okay, this guy's ready to go. When should we release him? What's going to be released alongside of him? And
Right.
Maybe
how
he'll
can we
drop
bundle
ammo
it?
for the sentient super weapon.
Oh, see, real-time development. Oh yeah, you could drop the super web. Oh, well, see, you know what?
See? So many options.
Yep.
It's endless.
It's true.
We're having the game jam right on stream.
Yes. A lot of people are saying hi. This is their first dev stream. So
Hello.
to-
If this is your first dev stream.
All right.
All right. That's that's really cool. I look forward to the expansion of the sentience because they're definitely kind of the
One of the big challenges that we have with designing the AI for them is just to try and make them feel different from all the other factions.
yes.
Definitely.
And I think we found a good spot with the troopers.
Yes.
Well, we call them troopers. The name you guys
Get out of
see is
here.
different.
Yeah, there's some non-invites over here.
Get out of here.
And just trying to come up with.
You're not invited. We're in the middle.
Okej, czyli próbują sprawić, żeby ci sentiele mieli trochę inne AI w ogóle, żeby jakby odczuwalnie byli inną frakcją niż te, które są do tej pory, tak?
They kind of adapt their damage resistance as you attack them. You blow off their arms and they can pick up other arms, and they have a number of unique attacks, which is pretty cool. And so trying to find something that complements those guys and supports them is the challenge for this carrier.
A little fun fact for sentience. I don't think a lot of players realize they can actually clear the sentient resistance.
How? What?
Secret spoilers.
I don't even know that.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, there's
Oh, wait,
it's,
hold
it's
on.
easier now than ever, but it's
Oh,
it's
no, I
there.
know.
Yeah.
Duh. Sorry, I didn't want to spoil it, but yes. Yeah, no, I know.
All right.
I know. Can I tell them now? Now I feel
Yeah,
bad.
go ahead.
Okay, if you use your operator.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about something else. But yeah, actually, I think that's a really interesting point with the sentience because they have a lot of telegraphing with when they do their tornado attack. And someone actually had a question about that. Crowia says the conculus sentience, which would be trooper, I don't know what the verb.
Yeah.
The conculist has a whirlwind spinning attack that follows the player, which makes them invulnerable until it ends, and it has multi-hits with knockdown, and it's chasing until it hits. Is this working as intended? If so, what's the intention? I think the chasing until it hits part is what they have a question about.
Right.
Like, can you counterplay that move?
There's not the counterplay for it really is to avoid them. So when we designed that ability, the idea was create a little bit of a value change in the combat where players need to be on the defensive a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's fairly short and it doesn't happen all that often. I think it has like a 30-second to a 60-second cooldown on it.
Yes.
So the idea was just that, oh shit, look, they're doing their whirlwind. I need to be on the defensive and move,
Yes.
right? And use my parkour abilities to stay safe.
And there is a time limit on that. If they don't hit you within a certain amount of time, they will stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've avoided it. For
I don't
sure.
think it's
Yeah.
indefinite. I think
It
you,
continues chasing until it hits you. So
Yeah, I don't-
perhaps in this case,
It's timed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is-
Croya, run away a little bit more.
Yeah.
You try to get away.
You'll
Run
need to.
high.
Like,
No, okej, czyli pojawiło się pytanie o te tornada, które Sentiele jakby wypuszczają w naszym kierunku, zadając obrażenia, powalają nas. No i najczęściej kładą nas od razu na ziemię, przy tych słabszych Warframe'ach.
We don't want it to stun lock.
No, umówmy się, że to działa tak jak powinno, bo oni w zamiarze mieli pomysł, żeby to tak działało. Po prostu musimy przed nimi uciekać. Nie ma żadnej kontry na to, bo czyni Sentiela niewrażliwym na ataki i tyle.
Who asks, will we ever see changes to allow alerted enemies to go back to unalerted? As it is, that never happens, which limits stealth significantly. So they
Więc jakby nie patrzeć,
it's
po prostu musimy unikać tego tornada.
That's another one that we could broadcast the state a little bit better. They do actually return to an idle state. Well, it depends on the state of the mission. If the alarms have gone off, then they're going to stay alert
yes.
while they chase you down. But if the alarms are not off and you've alerted them or attracted their attention, they will calm down and go back to an idle patrol. It does take a minute or two, I think, before them to really drop back right the way back down to idle.
Yeah, one way that players might, and you know what, hopefully it's working exactly as intended because ever since we added minimap awareness states, that's a really good tool. And perhaps maybe if someone's playing and trying to do this and they never see that minimap state go back to unfilled, you could let us know if it's not working perhaps as intended, but because we can fix that. But
yeah, that was one of the things when I thought it was a really nice feature to have
It's
for the
amazing.
stealth to
Yes.
help you plan your stealth routes, see the facing and the awareness.
Yes.
But it was one of the changes that I thought, well, this is going to have to keep us honest now
yeah, exactly.
when we
Yeah.
cheat, when we're
At
telling
all.
you what their state is.
Yes, the minimap is a stealther's best friend as a tool for certain. All right, so we also so a lot of the gameplay today is going to talk about some tweaks you guys are doing with the Eximus units, a new mission type that's coming, and there's a few other things I want to show, some Corpus faction related changes. But before we get into that, the Corpus as a faction have had the boss Nef Anyo sort of teased for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So Nef Anyo has made his appearance in the Index event quite recently. We kind of showed his gargantuan life. I don't even know what it is, his outfit. It's amazing, great character. But he's not really had a clear arrival date for the revamped boss fight.
No.
And this is totally just a question of, what changed last year that pushed him, and do you have a general idea of if he's not your priority right now, what is? Because maybe we can talk.
Nowy boss wśród korpus,
Yeah, I mean,
Nathaniel.
I think, so I did a high-level design. He's nuts. So he has this big platform he goes around on. And the initial idea was that he'd have this crazy magnetic shield, and then players need to do things in the environment or with other enemies to help disable that shield, making him vulnerable so they could attack him and fight him. We never really got past that high level and figured out the details. And then Second Dream came along. And then Kolejny Dev was finished. The character guys did a great job on Kolejny Dev, so we switched focus and worked on her instead. And then, other events and quests and War Within. And
I think the raids came and interrupted him as well.
the raids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm still kind of mulling them around in my head. Don't have a really great design for him yet. I have some ideas that I'm kind of kicking around, but yeah, he's coming up. I think we only have a few more bosses on that redesign front, like Forward and Nefanyo, I think, the last two after Ambulus.
So Ambulus, we actually have a new model of today as well
Yes,
to show.
he's gorgeous.
So if you fought Ambulus recently, you know he's the kind of the King Moa, but now he's really
Okej.
I don't
Ambilus, tak? O ile się nie
This
mylę.
is gonna be a cool fight. This is one. Doug is working on this one right now.
Nowy armor dla jednego z bossów.
Basically, it's kind of an evolution of the Bursa, maybe in a sense. It doesn't have the shields that the Bursas have, but he has this really thick armor plating that players need to destroy. excuse me, in pieces to make him vulnerable.
Okej, czyli zanim zaczniemy, jakby zanim pokonamy tego przeciwnika, tego pancernego moła, najpierw musimy,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like that.
wybaczcie, zniszczyć jego zbroję, tak? Czyli będziemy ją musieli najpierw odłupać, wyłupać go z tej skorupki, a później pokonać. No, fair deal, no. Mechanika jakby potrzebna w takiej grze jak Warframe.
Yeah, we're kind of taking the kind of a similar plan to Raptor fight with this guy, where
Okay.
it's not so much a fight of killing a singular boss, but it's more about fighting a group of Ambulus with a broader objective and goals in mind. And
Gotcha.
it's some pretty badass stuff that we're working on here.
All right, so perhaps that's not a front and back, that's two Ambuluses.
Could be, yeah. They're posing it. Yeah.
Have you got to Ambulus yet on your
be
Sunday
it.
streams?
I haven't. My Sunday stream was a disaster last Sunday when I stream on Twitch, DE_Steve,
Okay.
around noon, depending on my ISP. Yep.
right.
I haven't got there yet. No,
You're not even close, are you?
not even close.
All right, that's okay. At least you're honest.
Yep. Yep. I'm at,
Cheap rip
I'm at
apart.
the I'm at the Jackal.
Oh, that's all right. The Jackal was one of the first bosses.
Yeah.
He was the very first boss.
The very first
He
boss.
was the first boss.
So, what
yeah.
have you learned about boss design as a sort of pillar of warfare? Are you okay?
Yeah, maybe you want to take this one?
Just toss it over.
Right.
Yeah, our boss design has gone through a lot of changes
Yes.
over the years.
It
From
has.
the very, very beginning, through all sorts of different stages, because then we had Vor and his development, and Lech Krill
Yes.
with his kind of invulnerability stage.
We finally added UI for, by the way, very recently.
Yes,
2
yeah.
weeks ago. There's now a gray bar on the UI if a target is invulnerable or if an ally is. So don't shoot if it's grayed out.
Yeah. And we have learned a lot of lessons through the process of redeveloping all the bosses, because when we first started, they were just kind of big enemies.
Okej, czyli generalnie wygląda to tak, że pojawiło się pytanie, czego oni się nauczyli jakby, jeżeli chodzi o projektowanie bossów, tak? No i mówią, że jeszcze wiele chcą zrobić, wiele chcą poprawić, ale bardzo dużo rzeczy już jakby wyszło i dużo się nauczyli i tak dalej, więc
And a lot of it
to by nawet miało ręce i nogi, no nie? Bo bossowie, którzy wychodzą teraz, jak na przykład ta Kira de tym, tak? Są jakby dużo lepiej przygotowani. Łatwo się ich robi, kiedy ma się ogarniętą drużynę, ale na przykład solowo są bardzo ciężcy do ogarnięcia, albo w drużynie, która nie ma pojęcia o tym, w co musi strzelać, gdzie musi celować.
how they fit in with the environment, and they've got unique arenas like Keller de Thames kind of arena where she traps you and makes you face her and changes up the arena as time goes on.
Yes.
Tilregor is another great one for that, with the flooding of the arena. I love the big statue.
It's
in the
honestly,
spotlight.
I think, I certainly appreciate that when I get to go in there. I think what is a really interesting challenge for you guys as designers of these units and bosses is, like when we promoted this stream this week, we said, you know, the enemy's at the receiving end of your Tonkor. So you guys are always having the challenge of having to design these bosses or these, even the minions, which we'll show later at the gameplay, against players whose firepower is just so huge.
Yeah.
A little overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So how much does that factor into the core of the, you know, and Steve has used the word a lot, like our minions, like we're very much a minion mowdown game, and then you get to these boss points for different loot and special spectacles. So how do you approach design these days with the current like 31 unique warframes, 4 powers each, 600 weapons, well not 600, 400 or something? Or do you just
Rounding
like,
error.
just like cross your fingers? And
To an extent. I mean, it starts off with coming up with the behaviors, but definitely the very biggest challenge.
Gdzieś nam się pojawiło, że bardzo ciężko jest im raczej przygotować w ogóle podłoże pod bossa, bo ciężko jest dobrać bossa i mechanikę do bossa, kiedy gracze mogą po prostu wyciągnąć Donkora, strzelić raz i będzie po wszystkim, nie? Więc bossowie muszą mieć jakby gdzieś tą strefę graniczną, strefę obronną.
Trying to make a boss not super hard that it's going to take 5 minutes to take down, but have the boss fight be about something more than just destroying the singular enemy and about some broader objective.
Right.
And so yeah, I mean, dealing with the power of the player is definitely the biggest challenge, and it's what makes Warframe bosses so fun and unique to design as well. So, and in terms of the powers, we kind of start once we have the basic design in and working, and then we start playing with the different Warframes and seeing how the boss reacts to being stunned and slowed and vortexed and ragdolled, and then dealing with how it should respond and
Mind controlled.
mind controlled, exactly.
Rifted.
And rifted, all these crazy things.
Please
yeah.
continue.
Pulled into a puddle.
Exactly. And soon maybe he'll start dancing.
And dancing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make it dance to death. You can't really decide against it.
Exactly. They get beat down. But yeah, so we kind of just start, and we try not to make bosses immune to all the powers. We need to usually make the boss less vulnerable. But
We did
try not to make
diminishing
them immune.
returns, a big pass on that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing, and I mean, this is a segue of my own invention now, but then when we introduce the operator, they don't have the same power a player has, so you have different enemies for an operator. For example, when
Yeah.
you guys were both involved with the War Within, we introduced something called the Maw.
Yeah.
So, and I thought this was a really cool thing, and players have been talking about this. You know, the only way you can encounter it is to replay the quest. But as far as this type of enemy goes and designing for operator gameplay, that one's good. What does that do for you when you approach designing for operator stuff?
Yeah, I mean that was a fun experience working on the War Within and coming up with the gameplay spaces and the Maw enemy for the operator to encounter. Yeah, we haven't had a whole lot of chances yet. We're kind of testing out different things and ways to bring back more operator gameplay into the regular game outside the quest. And
Okej,
not a
czyli
lot to talk about yet, but we have some ideas.
pojawią się też dodatkowi przeciwnicy, jeżeli chodzi o operatorów, czyli jakby twórcy próbują
But they,
sprawić, żeby operatorzy byli w ogóle przydatni, żeby częściej z nich korzystać, żeby chcieć z nich korzystać.
there's a couple of operator stages that you need.
Może ja jakiś jestem dziwny, ale wydaje mi się, że to jest durny pomysł, bo operatorzy w ogóle jakby nie pasują do założeń
That's an interesting game.
Warframe. Nie pasuje w ogóle jakby... Wszyscy od początku gry do momentu, kiedy przechodzicie aż tam gdzieś ten drugi sen, że dowiadujecie się o operatorach, że są to dzieci w ogóle, to do tego czasu każdy z nas wyobraża sobie, że po prostu zakłada nową zbroję, no nie? Potężną nową zbroję i jakby zmieniają się jego umiejętności, no ale jego movement, jego bronie są takie same, jego arsenał, walka i tak dalej, tylko zmieniają się umiejętności Warframe'ów. Później walą nam drugi sen, gdzie jest takie... Ale jak dziecko w środku, ale no dobra, i ciul, a później macie jeszcze coś takiego, że jak wciśniecie sobie piątkę, no to dziecko wyskakuje, jak wciśniecie i przytrzymacie piątkę, to dostajecie jakąś tam jeszcze dodatkową umiejętność, no nie, czyli tam regenerację energii, jakieś tam zadawanie obrażeń, zwiększenie pancerza i tak dalej, niewidzialność, ale jest to niepotrzebna w ogóle mechanika, bo oni w którymś momencie na pewno wymyślą jakieś bronie dodatkowe do tego dziecka, dodatkowe jakieś tam umiejętności do tego dziecka, mody, które zwiększają jego obrażenia, coś tam, cokolwiek. I chyba to jest niepotrzebne trochę, bo wolałbym jednak przechodzić każdą misję skupiając się na jednym konkretnym swoim Warframe'ie, którego wybrałem na tą daną misję i po prostu najczęściej sprowadza się ta piątka do użycia jej, no nie? Żeby tam zwiększyć sobie regenerację energii i tak dalej. I do niczego więcej tak naprawdę. Jeżeli natomiast zajmujecie się kuwą i farmieniem kuwy, no to jeszcze o tyle jesteście do przodu, że będziecie grali rzeczywiście tym operatorem.
Maybe that's deaf.
Natomiast w każdym innym wypadku. Ten operator to jest totalny badziew, który jest do niczego niepotrzebny i jest to zwyczajny, standardowy zapychacz, wokół którego można po prostu nakręcić sobie jeszcze jakąś fabułę, jak się nie ma pomysłu na coś epickiego, tak? Czyli jeżeli byśmy sobie pominęli wszystkie ten szajs cały z tym operatorem, no nie, to mamy bardzo mało jakby kontentu, który nie jest związany z nim, no nie? Ale z drugiej strony, gdybyśmy w tym momencie usunęli wszystko, co jest związane z operatorami, czyli tam ich moce i tak dalej, czy ewentualnie tą pasywną regenerację energii i tak dalej, umieścić w ogóle jako umiejętność pasywną dodaną do naszego konta, czy cokolwiek w tym stylu, to w takim wypadku dużo lepiej by się to, wydaje mi się, sprawdziło, tylko że twórcy gry musieliby wymyśleć nowe zadania, lepsze zadania, przyłożyć się do tych zadań, które już teraz są, bo o ile fabularnie na przykład Drugi Sen czy War Within nie są złe i nawet są bardzo dobre, to tak naprawdę tak niewiele z jednej strony wnoszą, a z drugiej strony no, wprowadzają nam tą mechanikę tych operatorów tak na siłę, że oni mają jeszcze jakieś znaczenie, że w ogóle są potrzebni w tym świecie, że te dzieci są potrzebne w tym świecie. To jest jakiś taki słaby pomysł gdzieś tam wzięty z anime, którego tak naprawdę nie potrzebujemy w żadnym wypadku, bo dużo lepiej i chyba przyjemniej jest sobie wyobrazić, że jesteśmy w tej zbroi coś w rodzaju Guyvera, jeżeli pamiętacie, niżeli w ramach takiego jakiegoś operatora, no nie, czyli dziecka Glona, które tam gdzieś żyje sobie w tej formie i po prostu kontroluje naszego Warframe'a, no nie, a my kontrolujemy jeszcze w ogóle to dziecko, które jest tak naprawdę w 99% nieprzydatne w każdej misji, znaczy nieprzydatne w każdej misji poza kuwą, a jakbyśmy odrzucili w ogóle kuwę i farmienie i tak dalej, bo tylko tam jest to potrzebne, no to w 99% misji nie jest to przydatne i tak naprawdę używamy tego tylko, żeby zdobyć pasywkę na wyższych poziomach, czy nawet na niższych, żeby tam gdzieś sobie dłużej pograć ze znajomymi, czy cokolwiek, żeby jakby zrównoważyć ten offset, który wynika z niezrównoważonych przeciwników, którzy są źle dobrani, źle się levelują na wyższych poziomach. Czyli w momencie, kiedy przekroczymy tam setny poziom przeciwników, to przeciwnicy skalują się w taki dziwny sposób, że bursa potrafi nas po prostu wykończyć, jeżeli nas przewróci, no nie? A tak nie powinno być tak naprawdę. Powinno być tak, że jesteśmy w stanie, troszeczkę jak stara T4, że jesteśmy w stanie grać tak naprawdę. Ile tam będziemy sobie gdzieś tam chcieli, no nie? Jakoś gdzieś coś w tym stylu, no żeby, powiedzmy, żebyśmy byli w stanie na przykład do 500 poziomu przeciwników, jeżeli chcemy, to możemy grać, no nie? I tam wszystko nam się zwiększa, ale żeby gra nam przynosiła przyjemność, a nie tak jak teraz jest, że tylko, powiedzmy, no nie wiem, 10 Warframe'ów może jest w stanie wytrzymać do 500 poziomu wrogów, a z 5 Warframe'ów jest w stanie wytrzymać rzeczywiście tak, że one muszą być, te Warframe'y, żeby rzeczywiście sobie pograć na takich bardzo wysokich poziomach. Oczywiście bardzo rzadko gramy takie wysokie poziomy, no ale trzeba pamiętać też o tym, że są, jakby nie mamy endgame'u w tej grze. Jedynym endgame'em byłoby to, że będziemy pozyskiwać kolejne relikty i tak dalej. Tylko, żeby to też miało ręce i nogi i żebyśmy chcieli grać bez końca, no bo jakby o to się tu rozchodzi, no nie? A nie żebyśmy mieli jakichś takich dziwnych przeciwników, którzy na poziomie 200 potrafią nas zdjąć na jeden strzał, no nie? To też powinniśmy na przykład mieć możliwość dodatku, czyli na przykład powiedzmy, że mamy mody główne do naszego Warframe'a, które się tam do 100 poziomu przeciwników, czy do tam 200 poziomu przeciwników aplikują. Natomiast jeżeli pojawi się na mapie przeciwnik, który ma powyżej 200 poziomu, to powinna się aplikować druga karta z modami, no nie tylko dodatkowo do tej, nie jako zamiana, tylko dodatkowo do tej, żeby czyniła naszego Warframe'a jeszcze potężniejszym, żebyśmy jakby zyskiwali w momencie, kiedy zostajemy dłużej w danej grze, no nie? Kiedy rzeczywiście chcemy pograć, ale tak chcemy pobijać jakieś rekordy, no robić coś, no nie? A tak naprawdę bardzo ciężko jest na tą chwilę pograć sobie solowo, czy nawet z drużyną do jakiegoś tam bardzo wysokiego, chorego wręcz poziomu, no nie, przeciwników. A chcielibyśmy sobie po prostu posiedzieć, pogadać na czacie, pofarmić coś tam. I wtedy taki dodatkowa lista modów byłaby idealna dla nas, bo po prostu by się odpaliła po 200, 250 poziomie, zwiększyła moce naszych Warframe'ów, ataków i tak dalej, no nie, i moglibyśmy sobie gdzieś tam cisnąć dalej. Tylko wraz musielibyśmy do tego 250 dotrzymać, więc to też jest jakby ostra różnica, no nie?
There's tons of favorite gaming moments when you're fighting an enemy who can cloak and that sort of thing. So
Some of the
I don't think we have
index can
anything. Yeah.
Index enemies
yeah,
can cloak.
yeah. A couple of the index guys can cloak.
I to nie mówię, że to jest dobry pomysł, to co wam powiedziałem, tylko chodzi o to, żeby
When the community enemy,
jakby odrzucić te shitowe pomysły i w ogóle ich
a nice opportunity to add
nie wrzucać do gry, bo mamy sporo takich beznadziejnych pomysłów i jakby my jako community zgadzamy się na to, bo to jest coś nowego dla nas, no nie? No bo pojawia się nowy content w grze i łapiemy to jak pelikany, a trochę tak nie powinno być, że karmią nas byle czym i my byle co z braku laku bierzemy, no nie? Chociaż jest to zrozumiałe zwyczajnie, no skoro nic się nie dzieje w grze, no to dobrze by było brać cokolwiek, nie?
chromas were pretty cool. How they would kind of cloak and then move around and then pop out and shoot you. So maybe something like that for the infested could be interesting.
Let's just do it.
Just do it.
Honestly, I feel like with what you guys have set up, we could do it pretty easily. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this idea. Let's look at the chroma mesh and see how bad it is.
Yeah, like how much,
See how old and low poly it is.
but speaking of unique units, I'm going to go over here now and play because
All right, cool.
Okay, I'm
We
going
got a
to.
couple shout outs. I'm supposed to shout out to Kiko, who's watching the stream. Someone's daughter named Kiko, who wants to grow up to be like Rebecca, I think, was what I read. I was just trying to read this here.
Do they want to be like me when they grow up?
Yeah, someone.
That's
It might have been sarcastic though.
I bet. All right, so I'm going to show. You know, the Corpus are a much-loved faction by much of the community, and there is a new unit coming that you might want to talk a little bit about, but I'll hop into the level that you've... So, Tom is the creator of the gray AI rooms that we've used in the past.
The talented Tom with his beautiful...
Jakoś mam takie odczucie, że od kiedy Chińczycy rzeczywiście kupili Warframe, markę Warframe, to...
Well, this is the NYX
Wow, that's a great box.
Tenogen skin, but this is
Leveled
a...
up.
Here,
To jest, że tak powiem, coraz gorsza ta gra tak naprawdę.
exactly. All right, so what's this guy all about?
Nowy skin NYX z Tenogenu. Spoko, nigdy go nie będę miał.
You, check out the sleeve.
Mamy nową jednostkę korpus, w ogóle o czym wam wspomnę. Te modele, jeżeli chodzi o to, co widzicie teraz, nie są, te hyeny nie są, znaczy są użyte tak na teraz, no nie? Natomiast nie będą już normalnie używane w grze, będzie inny model. Pojawi się nowy przeciwnik z korpus, będzie on rzucał pułapkę, która będzie montowała takie małe mopki, które będą nam gdzieś tam spamowały, latały po nogach pod tyłkiem, zadawały obrażenia i już.
So instead of always like pointing like this, you have to target on the ground, kind of like crawlers, how they force that kind of target challenge.
Oh, I love this.
So we played around with a mini guy, and when I was prototyping it, I was kind of putting it in different situations and trying it in different ways. And oh yeah, there's the real guy there. There's the new guy.
Oh,
And I just
No, i to będą mniej więcej tak wyglądać.
Gonna be skating?
I hope so.
Oh, wow, cool.
Kind of like the
I killed him,
I
so
feel like he should
yeah.
roll.
He should respawn at some point.
should I just control L? Or will that not work?
He should respawn. He's around there somewhere.
All right, I'll leave and come back.
Yeah, and I just found with the sniper guy, so he lays down these what we call fabricators that start spawning the micro hyena.
Yep.
And that just kind of creates a little bit of a challenge with dealing with the sniper. It gives him a few more seconds to survive while you worry about these micro hyenas.
Oh,
There he comes.
why do they bleed,
They
Tom?
bleed. I don't. It's placeholders. Placeholder. Not supposed to bleed.
Not finished yet. Not shipping yet. Yeah. So right now, like they have super low health and a bit more shield, but they should be relatively simple to take care of. And,
Oh my God.
A bit more of a distraction than a tough enemy to fight.
Oh my god. Where did he go?
Okej, czyli to jest po prostu kolejny sposób do farmienia gdzieś tam doświadczenia.
It's like shotguns are good.
Mam nadzieję tylko, że tej pułapki na przykład nie zniszczą ognia Ember, dzięki czemu ta pułapka będzie mogła cały czas nam namnażać przeciwników i łatwo nam będzie farmić doświadczenie.
Try and know.
Więc to jest całkiem fajny pomysł. Tylko żeby to tak działało, no nie? Żeby jakby ognie Ember, żeby tego nie niszczyły. Będzie można bez końca farmić doświadczenie.
Pretty exciting. I bet I'm gonna see a whole bunch of little.
Countdown into
Bo jak nam się zrespi ze 2 takich mośków i każdy z nich zrespi, nie wiem, z 10 takich przeciwników,
If you could have a fabricator, that would be hilarious.
You have the Pokeballs for the
Yeah, yeah.
another code name, I guess.
i będzie ich respić bez końca, miodnie.
Pokeballs, yeah.
Yeah.
And next up in the sort of, so that's a new corpus unit coming with a little mini guy. And now
Oczywiście
we also
wtedy
have
nam gdzieś tam znerfią, no ale przynajmniej przez parę dni będzie ładny spam.
Everyone knows that Exodus are kind of like the mini boss of an existing grunt and minion, and they have different effects, elemental, they can do different things. But something you're experimenting with here that you might want to talk about while I play it, because
Yeah, so we kind of want to bring up the Xmas. You know, when you get to higher levels, they're not really much of a challenge. Players just kind of breeze through them like they're regular minions. So we want to find a way to make them a bit more tough and survive a bit longer against high-level players.
okay.
So we came up with this weak point system,
Okay.
where as an enemy level increases,
Yeah.
his chance to spawn with one of these weak points levels up a little bit. So
And these are placeholder-ish.
so these are placeholder-ish, yeah. So low-level Xmas won't have these, but as they get higher level, they'll spawn with these weak points on them. And this guy looks like he has one on his arm.
I know, I'm gonna,
Oh, you got the one on his leg already.
I got the leg one, but,
Yeah, yeah.
God, oh, I can't aim.
So he's invulnerable until you manage to
Okej.
at which point he can be damaged.
Czyli coś, jakby czego się obawiałem, o czym wspomniałem wam na początku, to jest
So I'm the wrong person.
kolejna durna mechanika, której tak bardzo nie potrzebujemy i wynika ona tylko i wyłącznie z tego, że jako gracze prosimy o nowy content, o nowych przeciwników i tak dalej. I z tego, że twórcy oferują nam zamiast nowych przeciwników, bo im się nie chce projektować, nowy shit, bo inaczej tego nie nazwiemy. Motyw polega na tym, że będą się pojawiać Eximusy, tak? Tak jak do tej pory. No i mamy sobie Eximusa i na wyższym poziomie, im wyższy poziom będzie tego Eximusa, tym będzie nam ciężej. Dlaczego? Dlatego, że będzie w ogóle niezniszczalny do momentu, kiedy jak widzicie są takie jakby piórka czy coś takiego oznaczenia słabych punktów na jego ciele. Motyw jest taki, że nie dacie rady zabić Eximusa, jeżeli nie zniszczycie tych wszystkich oznaczeń, tych słabych punktów na ciele tego przeciwnika. Problem pojawia się wtedy, kiedy tak jak tutaj Rebeka musi trafić ten coś, gdzie on jest za przeciwnikiem, przeciwnik zaraz się odwraca i ciężko bardzo jest trafić go w plecy jakby, no nie, bez crowd controlu, bez kontroli tłumu, bez 4 graczy, to jest bardzo ciężkie do zrobienia, praktycznie wręcz niemożliwe, no tak to wygląda. Oczywiście możecie próbować i tak dalej, no nie? Możemy się kłócić, czy jest to fajna mechanika, czy nie jest to fajna mechanika. Mechanika na pewno nieprzydatna, bo ona nie dodaje nam jakby nowego przeciwnika, tylko po prostu niszczy zabawę, musimy się skupić na jednym takim przeciwniku i mam też kilka ale, bo na przykład wyobraźcie sobie na wysokim poziomie macie Eximusy, które kradną wam zdrowie, kradną wam energię. I wyobraźcie sobie Wałbana na takiej mapie, który przestanie być grany tylko przez to. Bo Wałban zbierze je wszystkie do środka, tak samo jak Nidus, tylko że Nidus jeszcze je wypuści gdzieś tam, wszystko jest ok, no Wałban będzie dłużej trzymał w sumie. Jakby nie patrzeć, czy Wałban, czy Nidus, wszystko to, co je zbiera gdzieś tam do środka. Zbierzecie je do środka, wyssą z was całą energię, w ogóle wszystko, bo na wysokich poziomach są twarde jak diabli. I wtedy co macie z nimi zrobić, bo musicie dalej trafić gdzieś tam w te punkty, więc jak zostają ściągnięci do środka, to jeszcze przy Nidusie trzymani są w jednej pozycji, ale przy Wałbanie robią tak. I to jest jakby totalnie masakryczny, debilny, głupi pomysł, bo Wałban już nie będzie wtedy granym. No tyle dobrze, że jego klatka na przykład podnosi przeciwnika i on tylko tam gdzieś lewituje, jeszcze jakoś go tam trafimy, no nie?
Before Christmas. And,
Lifetime ago.
Może to być dobry pomysł, wydaje mi się, że nie jest.
we had the colonists.
Nie wiem, czekam na wasze komentarze akurat w tym przypadku, nie wiem, bo jakby wolałbym dostać nowych przeciwników, niż dołożyć mechaniki, kolejne mechaniki nieśmiertelności już do przeciwników istniejących. Ja nie chcę przeciwników znowu nieśmiertelnych, no bo No nie chcę mieć tego tak jakby, no nie, ja chcę po prostu załatwiać przeciwników, albo żeby nieśmiertelność na przykład kończyła się po jakimś czasie krótkim, no nie, albo że na przykład są niewrażliwi tylko na ogień i wtedy mogę ich lodem, i tak dalej, i tak dalej.
They were responding to a distress call, but their ship ended up getting infested, and now they need your help. So when the Warframe arrive at the ship in the mission, they find that these defectors have sealed themselves into these safe rooms, where they're safe from the infestation, and it's up to the Warframes to rescue them and see them safely to the extraction point.
We're calling it Panic Room 2. It's the sequel to the Jodie Foster film you may have enjoyed.
Get some Jodie Foster plugs in there. And yeah, so I mean, the basic thing is that as the defectors run to the exit, they're taking damage, and so you need to keep them healed up, and you do this using these healing stations in the map where the defectors will run to.
right.
And you need to get them charged up.
And so how is this going into the game? Is it going to be like a one location in the map or alerts or what's, how are we going in?
Funny you should ask that, Steve.
Yeah,
Actually,
I walked into a trap.
we're actually playing this around an event mission.
Oh, cool. Okay, yes.
So we're planning it from the start for leaderboards and clan leaderboards.
Oh,
and
neat.
the idea
Okay.
is that this will appear in the star chart once in a while as an event. You know, hey everyone, there's a ship that needs your help. Go help the civilians. And so we're really gearing the gameplay and trying to work on the scoring a lot to come up with ways to make sure players can really strategize and create different strategies to rescue the defectors in faster ways and in more effective ways to increase their score and then compete in the leaderboard.
Okej, czyli znowu pojawia się jakby kolejny
This is a Tenogen
pomysł, kolejny projekt mapy, trybu rozgrywki. Pojawia się jakieś wezwanie od przeciwnika, znaczy od statku, informacja o tym, że zostaliśmy uwięzieni, pomóżcie nam. Idziemy sobie w takie miejsce, uwalniamy takich jegomości, później musimy ich doprowadzić do celu, do końca. Motyw jest taki, że oni tracą cały czas życie i zdrowie i tak dalej i musimy używać stacji, żeby ich tam ocalić i w ogóle. Taki ratunek, tylko troszkę bardziej, nawet nie wiem czy skomplikowany, no, powiedzmy, że inny ratunek, no nie?
It has enough there to keep players engaged, but the core of it is working pretty nicely.
Yeah, it's a great job to the team on this. It's quite exciting to interact with defectors and get them out of here safely.
Yes, that was a healing station just behind right there, and there should be some defectors making their way. Here he comes.
Okay.
And yeah, and so one of the things we're experimenting with this is allowing the players to kind of affect the difficulty of the mission as they play it.
Oh, cool.
So right now there's one segment of the ship open,
One sec.
and
My bad. Why don't I accidentally turned off post effects? Sorry, Steve. How do I fix that? Doing. Yeah, it's Control 2.
oh,
Visual modes, post effects.
There we go.
Control 1 probably?
No, Steve. Guys, you're not supposed to. I'm rooting
so
the
the
demo.
infestation got so bad it knocked out the power.
I can't.
This game mode is so powerful. It will change your rendering.
Exactly.
No, I can't get it back.
No coś tam im się zepsuło, jeżeli chodzi o renderowanie.
Unlock new segments.
Tylko właśnie widzicie,
As you get more.
nowy mod się pojawił, jakby modyfikacja rozgrywki i to jest w porządku, no nie, no musimy sobie jakby ogarnąć tam
But of course that makes it more challenging for.
nowy ratunek jakby, no nie.
Still haven't fixed it, by the way.
I know.
Stoimy w miejscu, trochę taka,
The game looks like without any effects. This is going to make Jeremy cry. But
przepraszam, trochę taka obrona z ratunkiem,
This is what proper exposure.
It's more like light maps or
trochę przetrwanie, no ciężko powiedzieć w sumie. Takie połączenie, fajnie, że coś takiego się pojawiło, tylko tak jak mówię, jeżeli pojawi nam się nieśmiertelny przeciwnik i my gdzieś tam mamy problemy z trafieniem, czy akurat wzięliśmy sobie niecelną broń, bo nam się zajdzie dłużej niż myśleliśmy, no to jest masakra, jeżeli to jest taki niski poziom. Chociaż ci goście, którzy biegają obok Rebeki, też nie są najwyższego poziomu, więc
there we go.
no nie wiem, czy to jest dobry pomysł w ogóle, jeżeli chodzi o tych nieśmiertelnych wrogów
Different roles for players and
i o to w ogóle mechanikę, więc jakby wyprowadźcie mnie z błędu, ale ja twierdzę, że jest to beznadziejny pomysł.
we can use to
Run,
accommodate
Clem,
that.
run.
Right. So once he gets through the big secure gates there, he's good. He's safe. So I got to make sure, got to see him through. There he goes. And then my defectors rescued should turn to one if he makes it, which he is about to go.
And then we're going to look at adding things. There he goes.
Yep, cool.
So we're going to look at adding things like a bit of a force extraction if too many guys die. So we'll track how many defectives have been killed, and maybe do a bit of shaming with that, with forcing to extract.
Shaming system.
You're doing worse than like you're killing more of them, but yeah.
And then we'll add some wrinkles in too. So as an event mission, it'll stay on the star chart for a little while, and players can clans and players can compete in leaderboards, and then it'll go away and come back a little while later. And we're planning to add different wrinkles to the mission as we go. So maybe next time you fight, the infested fog is so thick that you can't see 2 feet in front of your face or something. You
Right.
know? Maybe there's a bit more damage over time, or little mini bosses that spawn to make things more difficult for you.
Little Eximus units of the infested that have
More
weak
Eximus.
points. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, this is coming sooner to PC rather than later, so PC players can look forward to this pretty soon.
Yep.
I'm going to come back over there because we're going to talk about
Alright.
something that we talked about last dev stream. But Steve talked a little bit about it on a Sunday stream at DE_Steve. Kingpins. Clans and kingpins. So that mission that we just looked at is going to be something that the clans get to participate in at an event level, is
Yes.
the plan.
Yep.
But what else? Clans have some other stuff to look forward to. Do they not?
They do.
Yeah.
Yes. They have this. We have been working on what was called Syndicate Assassinations, but in the spirit of our big pillars this year, we want to make clans great again. So we're going to build a wall, and we're going to make this amazing. We're calling it enemy cells right now, and it's a bit like the investigation board that you might see in a crime serial, like The Wire or Breaking Bad or something. And we generate your clan, and it scales based on the size of your clan, or it's going to. We generate this enemy organization of a random faction led by a procedurally generated custom kingpin, and you have to work together with your clanmates to uncover the structure of their organization and bring them down.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all done at a clan level for initiating and walking you through the path.
That's right.
Like this UI is only found in your clan with your clanmates.
Yep.
But as far as what you're going out and playing, so are we taking like existing AI types and kind of, you said procedurally generated, so how is this going to come out at an AI level? Like who and what can people expect to fight against?
Yeah. I mean, that's still being worked on.
It is still being worked on.
Okej, czyli już jakby się dowiedzieliśmy o kolejnych misjach, które mają zintegrować jakby graczy w klanie i mają jakby podnieść rangi klanów. Zamysł sam klanu przywrócić do tego pierwotnego, czyli mają łączyć graczy, mają mobilizować graczy do tego, żeby gracze chcieli uczestniczyć w walkach razem, żeby grać ze sobą, żeby robić coś dla klanu i wyglądać to będzie na takiej zasadzie, że zależnie od wielkości klanu będziemy mieli dostępnych ileś misji, które będą śladami w celu przeprowadzenia śledztwa, investigation, czyli to będzie działanie na zasadzie wykonaj ileś misji z danego filaru, no i tam wykonujemy 12 misji z tego, 10 misji z tego i tak dalej, zamyka nam się całe kółko, zależnie od tego, cały kwadracik w zasadzie, zależnie od tego ilu jest graczy w danym klanie i kiedy się napełnią wszystkie, prowadzą one do kolejnej jakby misji, którą trzeba wypełnić. No i znowu wypełniamy tą jedną konkretną misję i ona do czegoś będzie zawsze nas prowadzić, ale będą to klanowe rzeczy, gdzie klany będą, nie wiem czy rywalizować ze sobą, bo chyba o tym nie wspominają, natomiast będą integrować członków między sobą, tak? Czyli wewnętrznie będziemy się integrować, bo będziemy wszyscy musieli coś zrobić, wszyscy będziemy musieli coś rozegrać, no nie? I nareszcie będziemy mieli jakby możliwość pogrania sobie klanem, nawet chęci pogrania sobie klanem, a nie tylko robienia prawa pomsty i drugiego rajdu, który gdzieś tam mamy dostępny, no nie?
And this is bringing that to another level where every time you uncover some part of his organization or take out one of his henchmen, there's a potential to draw what we're calling a complication, which is he's going to act against the clan, or he's going to hire someone to go after you guys, or he's going to try to change, hack some part. A Russian hacker is going to try to take out some part of your dojo and be fighting back against you as you're getting closer and closer to him. So it's going to be very interesting.
Czyli to trochę będzie na takiej zasadzie, że przeciwnik nas atakuje jakby, tak? Czyli jest ktoś w jakiejś frakcji, kto nas atakuje, będzie próbował przejąć część naszego dojo, powiedzmy zamknąć laboratoria, wyłączyć energię i tak dalej, do momentu, kiedy go złapiemy, czyli do momentu, kiedy rozwiążemy te wszystkie wyższe misje, gdzieś tam przejdziemy do tego dochodzenia i do punktu końcowego, gdzie go łapiemy, likwidujemy i mamy z głowy, tak? I gdzieś tam będzie czekać na nas oczywiście jakaś nagroda.
Mission generation is part of it, and then the Kingpin themselves inform the rest of it, right? If it's some kind of weird infestation breakout, that maybe he's coming back and his attributes are on the things that work for him.
Right.
So,
Like
yeah.
fear of cats.
Potentially a fear of cats, yes. I guess
No, więc...
we're gonna have to add that to
Więc jest to niezły pomysł. To akurat jest dobry pomysł, naprawdę podoba mi się. Mam nadzieję, że to wyjdzie im szybciej, tym lepiej. Będziemy sobie mogli pograć trochę klanem.
It was good.
Yeah.
Dean, if you can just remind me of an additional asset we have there.
Muszę włączyć przy okazji swoje Wi-Fi, bo dzisiaj coś mi szwankuje internet, ale mam nadzieję, że po zresetowaniu w ogóle internetu będzie to jakoś tam działało lepiej.
Featured in the Ambulance fight when it releases.
cool.
And this thing is badass.
Look at how amazing
How
it is.
it's
There's some spots for some MOAs in the wings, and then
Yeah.
the crewmen come out of the inside there. And
Drew,
and I
that's
think-
where crewmen come
I think,
from.
Yep.
right there. Yeah, and then I think some drones will pop out of the top.
Oh my god, it's like a mobile army.
Yeah. So this is part of the ambulance fight. Is you're trying to deactivate and prevent ambulance from being picked up by these drop ships to be distributed throughout the solar system, and so that's where this is featured. But then they're also going to be featured in the future in other Corpus open world levels, where as part of the regular reinforcement stream, we'll instead of spawning enemies the usual way, we'll bring in a drop ship.
Yeah, so Europa and the Venus tile set.
Yeah,
tech-
like the
Okej, czyli zamiast robić punkty, gdzie przeciwnicy się po prostu pojawiają, to teraz będą dropshipy, żeby to jakoś wyjaśnić, tak? Czyli będzie przylatywał nam na misję taki statek, rozładowywał korpusów, no nie, ostrzeliwał, jeszcze robił im gdzieś tam zasłonę.
we have another question from Corporal Facehug.
Kolejny genialny pomysł moim zdaniem.
Nullifiers and the development that they've undergone due to player feedback. How have these lessons informed your design of new enemies? To put it another way, how do you intend to avoid fun-related pitfalls of nullifiers? And I put in brackets, of course, the real father of nullifiers is not here. He has taken credit for them on prime time before. That's Pablo, who is now on Twitter but does not stream on Sundays yet. But
He better not.
Coming soon, maybe Mondays.
maybe Mondays, we'll see.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway has been not to take players' powers away from them.
Yeah.
And which is fair, right? Because the powers are what are fun, and we love using them. So, the nullifier, I think the concept is great. Like it's a wicked value change in the combat, right? It forces you to stop just killing all these random mobs and focus on a different enemy for once, and maybe change your tactics a little bit. So where it comes from, I think is great, but obviously players don't love getting their powers taken away.
Yeah.
So
Oh, and we have someone saying that apparently we've learned nothing because we're adding God mode on a common Eximus unit, which is a disastrous idea.
Right.
Now let's talk about that. So
great, yeah.
I don't know if that's just like, I think that's an interesting point because obviously pointing and shooting and have everything die in front of you always is sort of the 90% of the gameplay players have, right? There's some things like focusing to aim, like I obviously had a hard time shooting the objects.
W końcu ktoś powiedział, że to jest tragiczny pomysł z tymi nieśmiertelnymi Eximusami
To be that, perhaps I could do better at it.
i chcą to
Obviously,
przedyskutować.
it's a prototype and it's not live yet, and it will get iterated on. But I don't know if it's a bad thing that you'd have to quickly. Not only do you know that the Eximus units are usually the biggest threat in a group, especially if they're an ancient healer type style unit, focusing on that and looking for a telegraphed weak point to hit could be interesting in practice.
yeah, especially when there's a group of you, right? Like you were solo there, and so it's, of course.
Ja się zastanawiam, czy deweloperzy w ogóle próbują grać na wysokich poziomach, bo oni tak pokazują nawet gameplay na tych 40 poziomach. Na 40 poziomie to tak naprawdę zmieść przeciwnika z powierzchni ziemi, to jest dmuchnąć z ember. Dmuchnąć trójką z dobrze zbudowanej emberki, dmuchnąć czwórką z frościny, dwójką z frościny tak naprawdę można zabijać takich przeciwników z łatwością, więc
Like, okay, so I can shoot you. So power choice will also be infinitely.
tu chodzi o te Eximusy, które będą na 150 levelu na przykład, czyli na sortii.
I was dodging and I wasn't using powers.
Slow,
Powers work.
slow fire rate on fire, fast enemy.
Yeah.
And again, I think when you guys come into the streams, you're seeing how the sausage is made, and obviously we're going to be testing. And isn't that the expression?
Yeah.
You see how the sausage is made. And you hear our ideas, and you see early prototypes. And it's part of a process with us, working with you guys to figure out where the challenge, frustration level lies. And I think when I see people speaking in terms of absolutes, I always kind of shake my head, because there's always just that one tweak you need, I think, to make something work really, really well. Maybe the weak point needs a little bit larger collision. Maybe when you see a guy with a weak point, you know there's a fucking awesome juicy reward going to pop out of them when you kill them. So it's all about really trying to just tune that in.
Tak, żeby tylko mówią o tym, żeby od razu nie rezygnować jakby z tej mechaniki, no bo przecież to jest tylko proces jakby wstępny, tak? Tak jakby alfa, no nie? Zanim będzie to działało, czyli trzeba jeszcze na przykład zwiększyć hitboxy, jeżeli chodzi o te miejsca, jakby te punkty, w które musimy celować, żeby przeciwnik stał się znowu wrażliwy na obrażenia i tak dalej, i tak dalej. Tylko że to jest wciskanie na siłę czy nagroda, że taki przeciwnik będzie dropił naprawdę dobrą nagrodę. Tylko że to jest na siłę wraz wciskanie tej mechaniki do gry, bo podejrzewam, że ten facet to wymyślił, nie?
Oh my.
So that's how I know it's
Oh
free.
geez, wow.
But yeah, so I think we talked about a lot today.
Can we just show Bard for like 1 second?
Yes, okay.
Please, just go,
Back over
please,
there. Okay,
please.
You do the plat prize, I'll go back.
Okay, we'll do the plat prize. All right. If you can do the power cast, just in a room, you know,
All right.
with post on.
I honestly can't.
Turn on the lights.
I'm going to reopen the game. Hold on.
It's going to remember it because you shut it down.
Oh,
It's all checked on. There was just something in the level.
it was something in the level.
Okay.
I honestly, I've had that happen to me before.
How do you say
Balthazar.
that?
Who won, Stevie?
Balthazar?
Stevie the streamer?
Balthazar. Balthazar, you win 1,000 platinum. Thank you for watching us today, and we hope that you watch us in the future. After 2 years, someone did not win. Oh, I'm really sorry. That's awful.
If you guys have anything else you want to say while I'm
back in
waiting
2
to
weeks.
load up?
You're a winner still for watching for 2 years. Maybe not in platinum, but in karma, and good karma from us.
Not yet. No. But
Yep.
post is back.
We have limbo rework stuff that I know is in progress, but we're not going to show it today.
Aha.
Why not the clan?
Czyli są zmiany na Limbo. Już pracują nad Limbo, ale jeszcze go dzisiaj nie pokażą.
Sounds like a really good idea. We're going to start with the organization first,
Yeah.
build on it, get it working, and then get it into the players' hands as soon as possible so that you guys can tell us what you think is interesting and what is not.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at the moment is creating that structure.
Yes.
And
Yep.
the idea here is that it's kind of a unique, personalized story
Yeah.
quest, like a custom quest for your clan.
Yep.
Yeah, the like.
And you guys get to make decisions, and I mean, the UI hopefully is going to have your emblems all over it. And it's going to have a little event log. I think it's going to be. We're going to try.
No i popatrzcie na tego barda, bo będzie tutaj teraz pokaz umiejętności, jak to wygląda wizualnie.
I think the sound is working, Dean. Does it? Okay,
Okay,
but
so is this default? Is this one you made, or what's
this
going
is
on?
default song.
I'm just.
I'm pretty
This is
sure.
the most wacky thing we've done in a long time.
So that's the first power.
Okay.
But
Okay. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me
Scott's
some more
gonna get
layers.
so mad because he doesn't get to talk about it. But
Give me some more layers, though. I'm feeling this. Oh, I can beat match that.
is it
Guitar
playing
here.
music?
Okay. Enough energy to do some more. Yeah.
This is beginning to look like a Winamp visualization.
I know. Exactly. We've been saying Winamp the whole time. Yeah.
I want to hear it. Can I hear it? Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh my god, this is so exciting.
Anyway.
It's awesome.
Yeah. This is music that you guys create.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should make. No, we'll do it next step stream. We'll do a song.
But the way that this works, the way that it sounds, the visual rhythms that you're seeing, the beat matching that you have to do, this is in your hands. You're going to create your own song if you want, or you can use defaults, customize how it sounds, and then make a dance party.
Widzieliście, jak to wygląda wizualnie? Teraz
It's going to be
dwa, wszyscy będą mogli tego posłuchać.
It is.
in the Warframe world.
And I think that brings our stream to an end.
To będzie najbardziej trollowy Warframe, jakiego będziecie mogli tylko wybrać.
Routine.
Bo będziecie przy odpowiednim wyborze koloru, to będzie wszystko tylko...
a couple faces.
Jeden wielki wybuch świateł, dźwięków, muzyki.
You know, fun to sit on and tell you guys what everyone's working on. We have a huge team here that is, you know, hugely in love with.
Znaczy mam nadzieję, że tak nie będzie, no bo fajnie by było mieć nowego Warframe'a do pogrania, chociaż raczej wątpię, żebym nim grał, chyba że naprawdę to będą jakieś niesamowite umiejętności, bo ja raczej zostanę przy standardowych ustawieniach, czyli Ember, Frost.
We got a lot of great updates coming for you guys.
Ember, Frost,
Barking at you.
Mesa.
Always in
Dobra, i tyle tego wszystkiego było. Ja sobie to pauzuję, bo już będziemy kończyć. No i co wy o tym wszystkim myślicie? Sporo tego kontentu się pojawiło. Fajnie, że powiedzieli nam, że będą, znaczy już są zmiany testowane na Limbo, już jest nowy projekt, tylko że jeszcze nam go nie pokażą. Pewnie w następnym Dev Streamie, może jeszcze za następny, ale coś się dzieje z Limbo, więc to jest jakby bardzo im plus. Dzieje się z Bardem, widzieliście już umiejętności Bard i tak dalej, i tak dalej. Możemy wymyśleć dla niej nazwę. Mamy niezniszczalne Eximusy, co wydaje mi się tragedią, ale mamy też dobre rzeczy, jak na przykład poprawę współpracy w dojo dzięki Kingpinom, tak, czyli tym, do których będziemy musieli docierać przez różne misje i wykańczać ich, jeżeli chcemy, żeby nasze dojo dalej funkcjonowało, i wiele innych zmian. Napiszcie mi, co myślicie o tych zmianach w komentarzu i pamiętajcie o tym, że jeżeli podoba wam się mój content, który umieszczam na swoim kanale i chcielibyście być częścią tego contentu, to zostawcie subskrypcję, żeby zostać ze mną na dłużej, na jak najdłużej tak naprawdę i kontrolować to, co chcecie oglądać, czyli co ja mam wam pokazywać. Trzymajcie się póki co ciepło i do zobaczenia już wkrótce. A póki co czekam na komentarze, co o tym myślicie, łapkę w górę. Na razie, hej!